Get ready for a night of timeless masterpieces as the Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra presents Eroica. The evening welcomes guest violinist Luann Lee to perform Mendelssohn's Violin Concerto in E minor. The concert closes with Beethoven's groundbreaking Symphony No. 3, Eroica. With its sweeping energy and bold sound, the symphony celebrates the triumph of the human spirit. Join the WCO on November 14th at 7:30 p.m. for Eroica. Tickets available at wcoconcerts.org/Eroica. Eroica. You know that one outlet you have that's obviously overloaded? Things to remember about November: there's less daylight, space heaters are coming out, holiday lights are going up, and that's an electrical stress test. For $149, Cardinal checks outlets, switches, circuits, panels, and delivers a report with plain English next steps, so you can host Thanksgiving without praying the breaker holds. Schedule now at cardinalservice.com or call 608-291-9551. This is CityCast Madison. I'm Bianca Martin, and here's what Madison's talking about. Today, is Madison a good city for dating? It's cuffing season, y'all, aka the time singles look to pair up and cozy up with a partner to make it through the colder months. Wallet Hub put out a study that says that Madison is one of the best cities for dating and for singles. What's your opinion on that, your reaction?
I would say it definitely is a good city for singles, but it keeps making more of them. The tendency to recycle and not stay in a relationship is pretty high, too.
Earlier this year, we visited two iconic Madison bars and well-known date spots, Robin Room and Public Parking, to ask you your thoughts. Hayley, I heard Madison is one of the best cities for singles and dating.
That's what they're saying. Yes. According to a report from Wallet Hub last year, Madison was rated as the 7th best city for dating. Who'd have thought?
I don't know. Do you think the people who did the study or survey were met their person here and...
Someone really loves Madison. I will say, whether you believe the study or not, and we'll get into it, how it was conducted and whatnot, but people love Madison itself. People love the city. People got a lot of love for this place. Everyone's always like, I love my time there.
Yeah, happy people don't kill their husbands.
Exactly.
Legally Blonde. Endorphins make you happy. Madison has happy people. Tell us, so how was it determined that we're number 7?
Yeah. So researchers looked at 182 cities, which is kind of a really random number, but they took the 150 most populated cities in the US, plus at least 2 of the most populated cities in each state. And of course, there's some overlap there, right? And they compared the cities on 35 different metrics across 3 categories. And those categories were economics, fun and recreation, and dating opportunities. So breaking that down even further, when I say economics, that means how affordable is this city's dating opportunity? What's the cost of dining, housing affordability, household income? I know they looked at the price of dinner. They looked at the average price of drinks and beer and wine. And of course, Madison, there's a range, right? You can get a $14 cocktail. You can get a $4 cocktail, and they will get the job done all the same, right?
We're looking at you, Plaza Bar.
I love me some Plaza.
$4 tequila, or what is that tequila sunrise? What is that?
Long Island iced tea. Oh, you don't even have to ask me. I know right away. And then fun and recreation, of course, they're looking at restaurant scene, nightlife. Is it walkable? What's the safety like? And then the biggest weight that they put into this rating is genuinely dating opportunities. So they're looking at the number of singles, and this was based on census data. So it's single, non-married people, or they're widowed or divorced, what have you. We're not counting anyone out. And then they're also looking at online dating statistics and the ratio of singles by gender. So to note, they really are looking at straight-based relationships for this study. So yeah, I don't know. What do you think, Bianca? Do you buy it? Is Madison one of the best places for dating?
Like, by those metrics, I say, yeah, I get it. I mean, let's just talk about cheap beer. Like, it's so annoying when people that we love come back to the city and they're like, oh, I just need to get my cheap beer. I mean, it should be good. Like, it almost feels a little snobby. Just like, you guys' prices are so low. I've totally forgotten what it's like. But that's really good if you want to go on dates and like multiple dates. Like we've talked to so many people, and I feel like just the idea that sometimes people like go on more than one date in one night, like that price factor is a thing.
And the opportunity for bar hopping is great, but also that plays into, one, the affordability aspect, but two, the walkability aspect or transportation. Now that we have BRT, shout out to BRT, it's not hard to literally just walk down the street and hit up like 4 different bars. But also, aside from bars, Madison does have a lot of other things to offer. You know, I love me a good like walk to Picnic Point date. And if you don't have to pay for parking, that's completely free, right? We love it. We love to see it.
You do have to pay for parking outside of Picnic Point sometimes. I know because
yeah, sometimes you do because I got a ticket there once.
Yeah, guilty. I mean, the restaurant scene, we have a show dedicated to food every Thursday. Like, we're stacked, like, for sure. And then singles, I feel like all the people coming into the university, like, it does make sense to me. And especially if you are some of those people who are at the university, boo up one of your other grad students. Like, you know, just like, I've seen it happen. Like, this whole department, all of a sudden, 3 of you guys are engaged. So I do believe it. How about you?
I believe it. I think as someone who has been in the Madison dating scene for 10 plus years, I go so hot and cold, right? There are always opportunities, but at the end of the day, I do truly believe that Madison is such a small town, and I often see the same people cycling through on apps all the time. And I'm like, you're still here. But then I'm like, well, so am I. Yikes. But yeah, no, like you mentioned the university. I mean, there's also like so many other big tech companies now too that are bringing in, I think, just like a lot of younger folks into Madison. Shout out to Epic, right? I mean, how many 22-year-olds can we fly in to Madison every year? They're all single, ready to mingle. And like a lot of the time too, like they are people who just recently got done with undergrad or just recently got done with school and, you know, are looking for a new adventure and coming to a university town. There's a lot of like-minded people like that. So I think there are a lot of really great opportunities. I think Madison is a pretty social place. Like Midwest in general, people are ready to talk to you and just kind of say hi. So it makes the conversations, I think, flow a little bit easier, makes dating a little bit more fun. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I go so hot and cold. It's such a loaded question. And is Madison a good place for dating? Man, I've had the best of times and I've had the worst of times. That's all I'll say.
Right. Just to keep it real, like when I was in the dating scene, so obviously I've been booed up, so +1 to it being a good place to meet someone. And I feel like there were a lot of people who were maybe in like this stage where they didn't necessarily ever like need to grow up, kind of. I'm talking about dudes like, not to be so cruel, but like Arrested Development, just like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, you know, and that's why you see the same people over and over again. And Hayley, if you and I were single, we'd be like, have you dated this person? Like, because it's that small. One person I dated for a month just assumed I knew that he dated like one of my friends. And he was shocked when I thought, he's like, you guys never talked about it? I'm like, I guess it didn't come up.
It's wild. It's a small pool. And then the pool gets even smaller too when you're talking about queer spaces, right? It's really easy to kind of run through the whole scene pretty fast.
And you have a lot of queer friends. To out you.
Yes, to
and
out
me. As
well. All my girlies are gay and I love them. And yeah, they're all just kind of like, are you sure about this? But it's like, I get it. Because as the study shows, looking at these factors on paper, yes, Madison has it. We've got it down. There is a lot of good stuff happening here. But in practice, is it all happening? I think you're getting a lot more of those failure to launch situations and boys who are just down for situationships and not really looking to really even date. People are just kind of like looking for hookups. And it's a weird scene, I think, since the explosion of online dating too.
Yes, it is such a strange scene and all of the nuances. And I could literally talk to you about this for probably another hour. But we hit the streets to find out. And by streets, I mean we went to two of Madison's hottest bars to really ask about like what is happening with Madison's dating scene. With no further ado, let's hear what y'all had to say, the good folks of Madison, about is Madison one of the best cities for singles and dating? Okay, so tell us, what's your name?
Jordan.
Jordan, and how long have you been in Madison?
I have been in Madison cumulatively like 6 years, but most recently this time, just under a year. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not single, but for my friends that are, they would disagree with that statement. They would say that their Hinge is pretty dry, and if you're like a recent alumni, then your addressable market gets a lot smaller. So they seem to be going through it and kind of enjoying it, but haven't had too much success so far.
My name is Sean.
Sean, and how long have you been in Madison?
3.5, 4 years. Through the nature of the people that I work with, we're a lot of like transplants from really like all over the world coming in, and most of the people that I work with have usually ended up finding other people in the workplace who are also Madison transplants. One of my friends just got married to a French national. He's a Japanese national, and they met they happened to meet here in the city because they were both here.
Hi, I'm TG.
How long have you lived in Madison?
Since 2019.
So Wallet Hub says that Madison is one of the best cities in the nation for dating and for singles. What's your reaction to that?
I just laughed, but I don't know. I think it depends. I came from a big city, from Arizona, from Phoenix. So I think here was a little bit harder for me just because maybe like hobby-wise didn't like link up. Because if you go online, it's a lot of guys holding fishes or holding a deer head. And that is just not my thing. So...
That's so fair. That's so fair. There's too many dead fish on Tinder.
How did that even happen? But agreed, lots of them. All right, hello. And what is your name?
Erica. I've been in Madison since 2018. I'm in a relationship now, but when I was single, it was, I don't know, even my friends struggled, So there are just like a lot of different circles of people here, and you have to really expand outside of your circle to really meet somebody is somebody new, because it is a very intimate city as well. If you're not looking for dating your friends, then you really do have to expand and try new things and go to different places to meet new people.
Yeah, how many bars do you go to, Hayley? And it's like, I've dated 5 people in here.
Yeah, sometimes
all here, all at once.
I'll be in a place and I'm like, immediately I need to leave. Immediately we have to go.
I'm Monica. I went to college here, so that was since like 2011, 14 years. I am single. I dabble in and out of re-downloading and then deleting Hinge, and occasionally going on dates when I re-download and then deleting. I would say the majority of my friends in Madison are not single. The majority of my friends in Madison are in like long-term stable relationships. It might depend on like, I feel like it's a little bit different between like my like maybe like straight friends and like my like more like queer friends. Like more of my straight friends I would say are in like long-term, either married or like long-term partnerships. It seems like those friends want to like settle down and buy houses in Madison, and like, I don't know, there's like it feels like a smaller pool on that all they are single and looking to date. I think I have like 2 other friends who are single but like we'll send each other profiles and be like, have you seen this person? Have you gone on a date with them? Like, are they a yes or are they a no? And it feels weird, and we joke that we call it like fishing in the same puddle.
I'm Anna. I pretty much grew up around this area, so I've been here my whole life. I say like yes and no. I do think that it's really good for the aspect of dating multiple people and being like really fluid. I think people here a lot of time are interested in dating lots of people and they just want to have fun and get to know people, but like I'm more of somebody who wants to date in like a committed fashion, like one person, and I think that is hard in our dating scene. Like everybody's more looking for casual.
Someone cue Chapel Roan's casual, knee deep in the passenger seat.
Imagine what it would be like to not be able to afford to put a meal on your table this Thanksgiving. Too many of our neighbors don't have to imagine. That's their reality. With rising food prices and cuts to food aid programs, food insecurity is a crisis in Madison. That's why Goodman Community Center runs the annual Thanksgiving Basket Drive. They're giving 4,000 families in our community all the groceries they need to cook a delicious Thanksgiving dinner at home. Everything from gravy, veggies, stuffing, dessert, and of course, the turkey. But they need our help to collect all the food and funds needed to fill all of those 4,000 baskets. If you can afford to do so, go to goodmancenter.org/Thanksgiving and learn how you can help. You can donate food, start a food drive, or donate funds. Together, we can ensure that thousands of our friends and neighbors have a joyful Thanksgiving.
You know, when most of us want to learn a new language, it's not because we're dying to memorize grammar tables or ace a quiz. It's because we actually want to speak it out in the real world with real people. And that's what Babbel is great at, getting you there fast. Hey, it's Michael Zibiak, Chief Revenue Officer here at CityCast. My daughter's a senior in high school, and after graduation, we're taking a father-daughter trip to Spain. And right now, my Spanish is, let's just say, very high school level. Shout out to Senior Patty from Sayasa High School. You tried. When we're in Spain, I'd love to do more than just ask where the bathroom is. I want to be able to chat with locals, order tapas, and actually connect, not just read the menu and point. So I'm starting with Babbel. It's all about small steps, big wins, and it's super easy to fit into my life. Honestly, with how busy things get here at CityCast, I love that Babbel's bite-sized, 10-minute lessons fit right into my day, between meetings or over my morning coffee. I'm excited to pick up some real-world Spanish before we go, so we can experience Spain like locals, not tourists. Doesn't that sound better? Right now, Babbel's got a special deal for our listeners. Get up to 55% off your subscription at babbel.com/citycast. That's BABBEL.com/citycast for up to 55% off. Rules and restrictions may apply. Gracias and adios.
Guess what? CityCast has some news. I'm Sean McPherson, the host of CityCast Twin Cities.
And I'm Jane Sihu, and I'm the host of CityCast Seattle. Hey, if you have a friend in one of our cities, can you text them for us?
Yeah, something, simple like, hey, how's that rash doing? And do you listen to podcasts? Because I have one you're definitely going to like. After that, tell them that CityCast has helped you become more informed, more involved, and more connected to your amazing city.
We're going to help that person you know in Seattle who's been trying to make friends.
And we're also going to do that for that guy you only kind of knew in college who moved back to the Twin Cities after graduation.
Don't we all have that guy?
Yeah, and usually that guy is named Todd.
So did you text him yet?
Jane, let's just wait a minute. We don't want to rush anybody. We'll do a little small talk. How's everything going in Seattle?
Beautiful, beautiful. Fall leaves popping. How about Twin Cities?
Today, beautiful and sunshiny in St. Paul. Okay, Jane, I bet they are done texting by now, and I just want to remind them, hey, you, please tell that friend to subscribe to CityCast Twin Cities or Seattle, wherever you get your podcasts.
Or if you don't want to text them and you're really just on Instagram sending them DMs all the time with like funny videos, send them a DM of our latest videos. You can find us at CityCast Twin Cities or CityCast Seattle on Instagram. Thanks.
We also asked our kind participants about good date stories, and meaning good or particularly bad dating experiences. Here's Anna, who we just heard from.
I am a very bad dater, I would say, in that, I get the ick really easily when I date people, and then I'm really bad at telling them, I got the ick. So then I just kind of ghost them. I'm a habitual ghoster. I understand it's a problem. If people get okay, I know I just said that I was a committed dater, but if people after the first date are oh my God, you are the greatest, spend the night, I want to date you real seriously, I'm whoa, I do not know you well enough for that. Do I want to commit to dating you? Yeah, but let's talk about the serious stuff after I don't know, at least 2 weeks. Like, come on.
That's so real. Everything Anna said. Oh my God. But girl, we are leaving ghosting in the past. We're leaving it behind.
I've seen an article that says that ghosting can be important.
I think that like there's a time and a place, right? I'm a big fan of a gentle text to be like, hey, I had a good time. I'm not feeling it. I'll see you later. And sometimes I think there are those I've had a couple of relationships that just kind of like fizzle out where it's like, you don't text back. I don't text back. Did anyone really ghost each other? I don't know. My rule of thumb, though, as someone who also really easily gets the ick, if I had a generally good time, I do try to always say yes to a second date.
That's a good rule of thumb. And then this next one is Gigi, who we heard coming from Phoenix, who's like, I'm not about them dead fish holding men. She had a really good date.
Oh my God. I dated a guy once and his car was a hearse. So it was a whole hearse. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
It was like funny at first, but then I was like, okay, I'm good.
I'm obsessed with this one because my sister, like, throughout forever since high school, is like, I'm going to get a hearse. Like, I'm Miss Cool. I'm going to get a hearse. And I always thought that is kind of a cool idea. And so I love that. But it's hilarious. She's like, at first she thought, yeah, this is kind of cool. And then she's like, this sucks in reality.
That's a bit that I think could go too far. It's fun to be like, oh my God, yeah, I drive a hearse. But like after the second time when you're picking me up in the hearse, I think it's a no from me. I'll drive. Actually, I'm good.
Yeah. And when we were doing this process, we thought to ourselves, it'd be really smart to ask Madison's bartenders about their experiences witnessing the dating scene and like if they'd seen some good dates that they have any stories for. Let's start here with Annie, the bar manager from Robin Room on East Johnson.
Another time, this is right after the pandemic. It was kind of letting up and people were having spring fever in 2021. And at the end of the night, she was trying to copulate with a guy right outside of our window. And that wasn't what we wanted to see. We had to keep banging on the door or on the windows to tell her to like move to an alleyway.
Oh my God. Yeah, I know you see it all.
Yeah, it's not always what you want to see after a long shift. Maybe for some people, I don't know.
Not very demure, not very mindful.
Period.
My name's Matthew.
Do you have any funny like date stories? I know you're behind the bar. You probably hear a lot.
Yeah, tons of them. We've seen all of them at some point or another. My favorite is this lady who called out a guy for only talking about himself for over an hour. And the funny part was she did it pretty directly and he did not even pick up on it. So it just became an inside joke between me and her for the rest of the night.
From my perspective, it's always funny just hearing the first initial meetup. You're like, oh, this is a first date and they've never met. I'm going to listen in, So I kind of find it entertaining when it's not going well. Just like the awkwardness. And my favorite part is like when I'm like, do you want another? Are you sticking around for this or not? Sometimes I do, and I'm surprised. However, a lot of times, from my perspective, I just catch people making out, and, like another bar I worked at, I tried to grab my coat from the closet after I got cut, and there's a couple making out there, and I'm like, all right, can you guys get out of here, because you're not supposed to be in here.
I love that. It's like, I'm just going to squeeze right past you to get my coat. Please stop.
I've definitely served people dinner at Notchville, but they're just making out. And I'm like, I hope they didn't touch their food for a really long time. I'm like, I hope you guys know it's there. It's dark in here.
It's dark in here, isn't it? Huh?
Here's a wholesome story where I have seen, I've done about, I would say 13 to 15 weddings where that Tinder date met at my bar and they asked me to be their bartender. So that's actually really cute. But I'm not going to tell you the bad ones.
We know he has so many bad ones. He was so, humble and demure. JR is being demure.
Very demure, very mindful.
We also asked people, what is their ideal date in Madison? We heard a lot of good answers.
Dinner at Turnkey. Maybe drinks after. Stargazing near Black Earth. There's a glacial overlook that's really good. Then see what happens from there, depending on the vibe.
I think that the ideal Madison date really depends on who you are as a person. And I think that's what makes Madison so ideal for dating, is because it really caters to a bunch of different personalities. You have, the bar scene, you have the outdoorsy scene, you have the art scenes, you have all of those spots where you can go and choose your own adventure, if you will.
If you're venturing to the west side, going to Viton Scoffland, getting 100 or 2 bucket of balls and just whacking them on the driving range with some pitchers of beer, and then going to Le Tigre for a cocktail afterwards.
I would say you probably start at Muskie Lounge just to get things going, enjoy the atmosphere, and then maybe you make your way across town with Greenbush Bar Pizza, which is one of our favorite spots. We love to go there. And then probably end the night over at Ounce by Ounce for a drink, and then probably call it a night from there.
I would start off with lunch at a Han, and then if it's going well for lunch, I'd be let's hang out, let's maybe bar hop a little bit or walk around, and then I would like to take them to dinner to Fairchild. If it's really going well, as if it's really going well. And then if after Fairchild, I think I would just take them to my favorite bars, and then that'd be my 3-step process. Which, Jenna's, Robin Room, Maduro, Wisco. I mean, there's so many places in Madison now, so.
If you want a little classy date, I'm usually looking for something at the Orpheum or some kind of live music. Specifically, I like High Noon because it's a more intimate venue. Any new, something that's a $20 ticket, that's one of my favorites because you find new music. And then typically dinner is always involved, so we've been going to a Han as well, which is delicious, or if we're feeling it, Fairchild, and get some, pair some wine with the food. That's one of my favorite things too. And then, being in bed by 10:30 is my favorite part, so.
What is the ideal Madison date for you?
Oh my God, I'm the worst person to ask, dude. I think there's too many expectations or pressures to have this whole thing planned out and go do some activity that you've never done and pretend to be interested in, which is you're starting a relationship on the foundation of lies.
Those are some great places. There's a lot of great recommendations in there. I love Rob's honesty. I just snort laughed listening back. But he's so right. You don't have to put pressure on it, And I think you kind of hear that throughout some of those recommendations too. There's some sauntering, there's some moving from spots, kind of feeling the feels.
People really shouting out Ahan and Fairchild, very date spots, I guess.
Yes.
I do love a brunch date. I'm not going to lie. I think my favorite would be brunch at Sardine. That's always a great way to start. And then if it's going well, you can either go up the street toward the Capitol, bounce around the square, or down the street to Willie Street and bounce around over there. So many opportunities, shops, bars, of course, more restaurants, things to do, people to see, sights to behold.
Hayley, we had so much fun, didn't we? This was one of our more fun assignments that we gave ourselves.
I want to do it again.
That's the CityCast Madison team. Hayley Sperling, Jade Isiri Ramos behind the scenes, producing the audio, me and you. Thanks to all of you brave, beautiful souls who participated. We had so much fun. And hey, if you're listening and you got takes, what are your thoughts on the Madison dating scene? Is it strong? Are those apps actually running dry? Leave us a voicemail at 608-318-3367 or write us an email at madison@citycast.fm. That's all for today here on CityCast Madison. I'm your host, Bianca Martin. Don't forget, you can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Madison neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. And if you enjoyed today's show, why not share this episode with someone who's single and ready to mingle? Alrighty, we'll be back tomorrow morning with more stories from around the city. Until then, take good care and thanks for listening.